Hey, welcome to Cues with Dogs. Today I want to talk about experiences. Experiences are the foundation of our existence. So what is involved in an experience? I really want to pull us back to the basics so that you can kind of begin to understand how I see things in regards to working with my dog. So an experience is comprised of various different things. We have our senses, how we see, how we hear, how we taste. All of the senses come into play when we're having a new experience. The other thing that comes into play is past memories or past associations that we've had with what is currently happening. Also, if it's a novel or if it's something new, a new experience that we don't have any associations with, then obviously if that happens, then it immediately goes to the right amygdala because we have to be curious about it. We're on alert to be curious to discover whether or not it's safe or not. So anyways, there's that. Our current thoughts really do come from our past thoughts. We don't have control over that. So like one of the things in my life when I've been dealing with narcissistic behaviors is people have constantly said to me, you need to not live in the past. Well, I'm here to argue that every single human being lives in the past. That is where the base of our knowledge is. So I would never say that to a human being. I think past memories are extremely important, and it's part of the actual physiological function of us creating new experiences. I don't think we have to get stuck with our past experiences. I think we can cultivate those into new skills that actually help us instead of staying in them and kind of being a victim, so to speak. So just wanted to clear that up. Experiences and communication. When I have an experience, I might call my friend and be like, hey, da-da-da-da-da-da-da happened. What do you think? And it's because I haven't determined what I'm going to think or feel about it as of yet. I'm gathering information. But in order for her to understand me, and this is kind of funny, so it's kind of stupid that I even ask her, but this is part of friendship. This is how we get to know people. Not only that, what's vitally important is in even the slightest communication with another human being, we can know the extent of their compassion and the extent of their empathy based on how they communicate with us. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? I mean that they have to cognitively think about if they were in our shoes. So that technically is asking them to understand what we're communicating with some sort of compassion. They haven't had our experiences, so they don't know those personally. So they have to draw on their past experiences and create a conversation out of that. But their conversation can't be so off-center from ours that there's a detachment. Otherwise, we can't hear or receive that information. So communication really genuinely does require a deep level of compassion. And I think that that's important to understand, because when we begin to disregard how other people might feel or the fact that their experiences are different than us, we can get to a place of thinking that we know everything. And quite frankly, nobody does. We're all here learning, and we can share that information with people without inflicting moral injury on people for not knowing, kind of stepping away from this idea that if you don't know, then you're wrong. No, they don't know, so we need to step into a place of being able to share information with them in a safe environment so that they can learn. That's it. So experiences, our senses, super important. Our memory is super important to experiences. Our thoughts are super important to experience. And our level of communication, our level of compassion in regards to communication is very valuable in order for us to be social human beings. So that's why I'm going to go over all of the senses in a dog so that we understand their perception a little bit more clearly. Later on, I will get into how our memory functions in regards to experiences, how our current thoughts function in regards to experiences, and how our emotions function physiologically in regards to emotions. I think you'll find some of that stuff really, really fascinating, and we'll explain more of that when I go through the various sections of the brain. But just a heads up, reticular activating system is going to be spoken about. And that's in regards to what we remember and what we forget when we're having an experience, because we can't remember everything. Reticular activating system, the amygdala, in regards to, is it safe or is it not safe? Is it a protective behavior that I need to call on, or is it an integrative experience I can have with whatever is happening? We will also talk about the cortex and the hippocampus in regards to those various different memory functions, so that you understand how the brain functions a little bit further. And again, I'll always say this, please do your research on what I say. I could say something wrong. This is a general understanding that I have of it. I am not a neurosurgeon. I'm not claiming to be. I'm just trying to put some information out there that has guided me, sharing it. So if you want to use it, you're more than welcome to. Anyways, that's it. Cues with Dogs. Thank you so much and have a great day.